Good afternoon, this is Pete from FigLife.com, and today we're going to be looking at this fig tree here. This is called Hollier or Hollier, depending on how you pronounce it. It's from the LSU fig program that existed 20, 30 years ago. They produced a number of good figs that were really good for humid climates, East Coast conditions. And this, in my opinion, is one of them. It's a fig that is really productive. I mean, you can see all the figs on this tree. This tree is probably 2 or 3 years old. I mean, the branches are just covered with figs, and the figs are good quality. It's a sweet fig, not really much berry flavor to it, but a fig that's performed well for me several years in a row now. And so it's one that I've kept around. So here's a picture of the leaf. And that's a different tree. Yep. All right, so I had a couple figs that were ripe. I just picked them a minute ago, so let's go take a look at the fruit. All right, here's the Hollier fig. You can see it's got a little bit of cracking on the skin. That seems to be fairly typical of this fig. When it gets to be pretty much fully ripe, it starts to get a little bit of cracking. But it seems, despite that, it seems to handle the weather fairly well. I mean, it's kind of unusual because it has it doesn't have a tight eye, but it seems to perform fairly well for me in this climate. It's one of the larger figs that I've kept. Normally, I don't keep the larger figs around because I have problems with the weather here. But this is one that I've kept. And it produces a good taste year after year, a lot of productivity, good growth. So a productive fig. This isn't you're not gonna compare this to Black Madeira or one of those #1 figs, but just year after year it performs really well. So just a reliable producer. So let me go ahead and cut these open. All right, so I cut these 2 figs open, and you can see both these figs look really good on the inside. They look to be fully ripe and nice and juicy. So these should taste pretty good. It's typically just a sweet fig, despite the reddish color on the inside, usually not a lot of berry flavor on these things. So let's go ahead and try these. All right, let's try this fig. Again, this is Hollier or Hollier. Well, that's really good. Nice sweet flavor. Honey fig, honey flavor. Again, not a lot of berry in there, but just a really tasty fig. And this is one of the first figs that's ripened for me this year. I mean, I think I've gotten 4 different figs off this tree already. And it's late July. One of the first fig varieties that I've had ripen for me. I've had a couple figs ripen here or there, but this is the first one that's ripened a bunch of fruit. Well, this and Red Lebanese Becca Valley as well, although the birds got that one. So, just a great fig, reliable. Again, probably not going to win best fig of the year, but good producer, all around, good fig. That's Hollier. You can see this video and others on my website, www.figlife.com. Check it out.